Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
And a good morning to you. It is Tuesday, January 9th.
Thanks for joining us. I hope you had a good morning so far, and I hope you bundled up the kiddos before they went to school. I left all the jackets out for my daughter, and she took them, but she went in a skirt instead of pants. And
so it kind of defeats the purpose, right?
A little bit.
Well, you dropped the biggest hint you can by leaving her jacket out.
Yes, I think I did. Well, Justin, I hope everybody else got the warning.
What is it with kids, man?
I know.
We always tell them to dress warm, and then they still rock the shorts. That's all right. Yeah, and the coats, there's going to be plenty of them on the playground today because, yeah, it's cold this morning. Maybe not as cold as we get into the afternoon. I want to show you some of the wind gusts right now, and this really is the biggest part of it because it makes it feel so much colder. 26 is the current wind gust here in San Antonio, gusting to 23 in Fredericksburg, gusting to 23 in New Braunfels, and we'll continue to see gusts somewhere in that range, 25 to 30, over the next several hours before the winds finally calm down. But it has been a windy stretch. We had a gust of 49 miles per hour yesterday. We did see some minor damage. If you want to check out some of those pictures, you can go to our KSAT Connect on our website. We've also posted a story which includes some of those damage photos, some trees and things like that. Gusts today come down into the afternoon. We're seeing gusts more in the range of 5 to 15, I think, by the late afternoon hours. So it does get better, but this is what it feels like right now. 38 here in San Antonio. It feels like 37 in Bulverde, 36 in Bandera. Pollen count, this is what everyone's asking about. It actually came down today. Mountain Cedar went from 16,000 down to 12,000. Kind of odd considering how much wind we saw yesterday, but look, we're not complaining. It's still not a great number, and we'll see where we land tomorrow. We are in the thick of Mountain Cedar season. We're going to talk much more about the extended forecast, which includes more cold fronts and some really cold air by next week. That's coming up here in just a few minutes, but let's get over to RJ now with the morning commute winding down.
Yeah, Justin, things looking pretty good out there if you're headed out right now, headed to the streets of San Antonio, the highways. We have a couple of things to just let you know about before you hit the roads. Right now, we have a stalled vehicle there, westbound at Loop 410 in Fredericksburg, so it's going to be right before you get to Fredericksburg Road. You can see traffic still moving along pretty good in that area. We have one of those hero trucks there from TxDOT responding to the scene right now. So hopefully they get this cleared out here in just a little bit. You see from our maps, causing a little bit of delays, kind of in both directions here. Again, this is always a very busy area, 410 and I-10 in the Callahan, kind of Babcock area there. So just something to keep in mind if you're headed out right now. One thing to let you know about, if you go a little bit further west, we have another stalled vehicle, also 410. These are the southbound lanes there. This is kind of where 410 kind of becomes north and south, and this is at Ingram Road. So if you had to head out to Ingram Park Mall, maybe you have to be around the west side of San Antonio. Something to just kind of keep this in mind. Callahan Road, obviously, very busy area there. So something to keep in mind. 410 south at Ingram Road. The rest of the city, things looking pretty good for the most part. We had a crash earlier that was backing up traffic on the east side at Walters and 35. That has cleared out over the past 15 minutes or so. So it's pretty smooth sailing across the city of San Antonio. We had some gusty winds earlier, but again, no major incidents or accidents. So that's some good news. Our drivers definitely behaving as they make their way out on your Tuesday morning. Mark and Stephanie, back to you guys.
Thank you, RJ.
Let's look at today's 9 at 9.
New safety concerns surrounding certain Boeing 737 jets. United Airlines is now reporting loose hardware connected to the section of the main body of the Alaska Airlines MAX 9 plane that flew off. Meanwhile, the NTSB said they're still looking for 4 bolts which were supposed to hold the door plug on the Alaska plane in place. United and Alaska Airlines did not say how many planes had loose hardware.
A dangerous winter storm, it's making its way east, bringing threats of blizzards, tornadoes, and floods around the country. Millions of Americans are under weather alerts today. Weather warnings are set to expire in central states and in the Midwest tomorrow. The Northeast is in for the snow, and farther south are strong winds and the risk of tornadoes, while coastal areas could endure floods.
The 2024 election season is in full swing with the Iowa caucus less than a week away. Candidates from both sides are taking sharper aim at Donald Trump, who leads the Republican primary by commanding 30 points. President Biden is also on the campaign trail as well.
Donald Trump is expected to attend opening arguments in Washington today as the federal appeals court considers whether he has a presidential immunity in the federal election interference case. A lower court previously ruled that he does not.
Americans' attitudes about inflation have improved. In fact, they haven't felt this good about it in 3 years. That's according to the Federal Reserve's Consumer Expectations Report. We might get a better picture of inflation later this week when the Bureau of Labor Statistics releases the Consumer Price Index and the Producer Price Index for December.
Millions of Americans may lose internet access or face higher internet prices as early as April if Congress does not act quickly to approve more funding for a popular federal aid program. That's what the Federal Communications Commission is warning about the Affordable Connectivity Program. It gives low-income households that qualify a monthly discount on internet.
The American Red Cross has declared an emergency because of a critical shortage of blood. The nonprofit says the number of people donating blood is at its lowest level in 20 years. There's been about a 40% drop in the number of people willing to roll up their sleeves. The Red Cross says the blood shortage is bad enough that it could delay medical procedures and put people's lives at risk.
Start collecting your receipts. Tax season officially starts in less than 3 weeks. The IRS now says January 29th will be the official start of the 2024 tax season and expects to handle nearly 129 million returns by the April 15th deadline.
The Michigan Wolverines are college football's new national champions. They defeated Washington last night 34-13, claiming their first championship in 26 years and ending their season a perfect 15-0. Michigan started off hot but then slowed down before coming back to life late in the game to secure the win. And that's today's 9 at 9.
Now to a story trending on KSAT.com right now. A San Antonio woman beaten by her boyfriend inside an East Side apartment.
She hoped he would serve time in jail, but a plea deal with Bexar County prosecutors allowed him to stay free.
KSAT Investigates' Dylan Collier looked into the reasons why, but a warning, some of the pictures in this story are graphic.
He's still walking on these streets, living his life.
Bianca Torres's years-long relationship with boyfriend Nicholas Pender ended Easter weekend. An argument escalated inside his apartment. According to the San Antonio Police Incident Report, Pender grabbed a dog leash and began striking her with it, kicking Torres after she fell to the ground.
I was telling him, stop, and he was like, the more you go, the worse it's going to be. So, I just gave up, and I was just taking it.
The attack with the rope leash, similar to this one, left Torres with contusions covering much of her backside, heavy bruising to her arms, and 2 facial fractures. Torres estimated the beating lasted 30 minutes. Despite Torres's injuries, which she says caused her to miss 3 weeks of work and school, and her claim that Pender choked her during the attack, Pender was charged weeks later with misdemeanor assault. That set off a series of events that left his victim questioning the leniency of the criminal justice system.
I told them I want him to go to prison.
But in mid-November, Pender, a first-time offender, was given 12 months probation and no jail time in exchange for a no-contest plea. In a statement, Bexar County District Attorney Joe Gonzalez defended the plea bargain, listing the factors that would have raised the charge to a felony, including evidence of serious bodily injury. Quote, the case was reviewed by several family violence prosecutors who determined that none of these conditions were present in this case.
I don't think probation was enough. I wanted him to be in jail because he fractured right here, I don't know what it would take for somebody to go to jail. Would I have to be dead? Because, my injuries were really bad.
For KSAT Investigates, I'm Dylan Collier.
We did reach out to Pender's attorney, but he declined to comment. His client is scheduled to remain on probation until November 16th.
If you or someone you know is in a dangerous relationship, there is a long list of resources on KSAT's domestic violence page. You can scan this QR code on your screen right now to access those resources. We're going to leave this up for a few seconds so you have time to go ahead and scan that code.
(9:07), 45 degrees, still ahead on GMSA at 9.
And if you love to garden but hate the cold, why not take your gardening indoors? Tiffany Huertas is going to show us how a local nonprofit is doing just that and how you can also do it yourself.
But first, an interesting story making national headlines. A woman accused of trying to poison her husband, but the reason why police believe she did it is what makes this story worth telling. That's coming up after the break. In your morning headlines, we have an update on the damage from that gas explosion in Fort Worth. And investigators still trying to identify the victim of a murder that happened over 3 decades ago.
Plus, another spaceship launch could be delayed, and a story involving a scam, a soap star soup, and a woman from Massachusetts. David Steers is here with your morning headlines.
This is the story of the year so far. We'll get to it in just a second. First, let's start with this. It only took mere seconds for the gas explosion. Now the cleanup could take days, weeks, and the repairs even months after that explosion just rocked that 100-year-old building downtown Fort Worth yesterday. When you look at the mess, you got to wonder how in the world nobody was killed. 21 people were injured, 1 critically, 4 seriously, but not life-threatening. The blast destroyed a stairwell, and a man on the second floor said he had to jump to the first floor to get out of danger. The explosion also was so powerful that it blew a huge hole in the concrete on ground level. Firefighters could see several levels below ground. 3 people were in a restaurant at that building.
It was chaos there for a minute when you show up and you're trying to figure out, okay, how many people are we talking about?
Honestly, I really thought it was a bomb. And then I started smelling the gas. The gas was very, very strong.
Yeah, one of the injured said they could smell the gas before the explosion. That smell lingered for hours after the explosion. Firefighters know there is a connection between the gas and that explosion. Now they're just trying to figure out how. Back in 1992, the body of this woman, just known as Claudia, was found on the side of the Highway 95 near Riverside, California. All these years later, and she has still not been identified. Investigators are asking for the public's help releasing some info and pictures. She was the victim of a serial killer who is behind bars, Keith Hunter Jesperson. He confessed to murdering Claudia and 7 other women. He was called the Happy Face Killer because he drew happy faces on letters he sent to police and the media. He is serving several life sentences. All the other women have been identified except for Claudia. Investigators believe she was hitchhiking and got into a truck with Jesperson. The advancement of DNA technology, the women's remains, in an interview with Jesperson is helping them get closer to an ID. They are now not even sure if her real name is Claudia, but they also have a shirt she was wearing, a noted tattoo that are 2 dots on her left thumb.
Even though this killer is behind bars and never going to get out, this victim has an identity, is a real person, and we want to make sure that we give her back her identity and give closure to these families.
Yeah, finding family hadn't been easy. Her father is deceased. She does have several half-siblings, but they didn't know she even existed. The Artemis II, NASA's spaceship that is supposed to take 4 astronauts for a trip around the moon, may be delayed, waiting on the announcement sometime later on today. The ship was scheduled to blast off in November. Now it sounds like it's not even going to happen this year. Sources are suggesting there are some challenges that have to be addressed before they send humans on that kind of trip. So let's talk about the bizarre story of the new year so far. This one's from Massachusetts. So this is Roxanne Doucette. She's in the doorway right there. She is under investigation accused of trying to poison her husband with soup. She claims the soup was bad. The 73-year-old was rushed to the hospital. The couple's daughter met them at the hospital. She got a little suspicious, started looking at her mom's phone. Things really got weird then. According to court documents, a scammer sent Roxanne a message claiming to be a soap star. He wanted to hook up with Roxanne. The message: "You got to get rid of your husband, honey. I need you so much." Roxanne wrote back, "Making an amazing soup, special potion. Maybe I could collect life insurance." Roxanne admits it was a scam and she loves her husband.
I've never ever tried to poison him in any way whatsoever. I love him very, very much, and I would never try to kill anyone.
I just tell everybody to just kind of take a step back, take a deep breath, think things through before you spread things or before you think you know what's going on. Sometimes it's a little bit more complex than it seems.
I just want him to come home. I just love him so much.
Yeah, but does he want to come home? Apparently, she didn't have a whole lot of love for the police. Now, when officers tried to take her cell phone, she tried to fight him off, even kicked him. So she is charged with resisting arrest and assaulting an officer.
Well, what's interesting is she actually entered the door when a reporter came calling.
Yeah, and was willing to talk to the reporter. Yeah. But I guess she's trying to defend herself.
I guess so.
So, watch that homemade soup.
Yes, sir.
Oh, wow.
Thank you, David. 9:15, 46 degrees. Let's go outside with live cam. It's a beautiful day out there, but what you can't see, of course, is all the cedar. But good news, right, Justin?
A little bit. I mean, the numbers are down some. It's still very high. It's still a problem for a lot of us. Eyes are still itchy and that sort of thing. But
coughing, sniffling, sneezing, clearing throats, right, David?
Yeah. Sorry.
You're good.
It's pretty much all of us at this point.
We're in it together.
We are in it all together. But the numbers did come down a little bit today. And, on top of the cedar, we saw some dust coming in yesterday. It was, wind does all sorts of great things for us. I want to show you a video, speaking of. This was sent into our KSAT Connect. Check this out. We've got a tree coming down here, and it'll replay right now. Nearly took out that truck right there. Boom. Then you see one of those branches almost go through the trash can there in the background. Pretty incredible. Let's see if it'll play one more time, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Watch this trash can right here. Here comes the branch. It takes out the tree, and then boom. One right there. Almost looks like it goes through the trash can.
Yeah,
so
it did.
It shows you kind of the strength of these branches as they come down. It can be dangerous, and with winds like that, that's the kind of thing that can happen. Look at these wind gusts yesterday. Gusts to 60 miles per hour out near Del Rio, 46 mile per hour wind gust in Kerrville, 49 mile per hour wind gust at San Antonio International, and it gusted to 53 miles per hour in New Braunfels. Those were the peak gusts late yesterday into the overnight. Thankfully, winds are trying to drop a little bit at this hour. Temperatures sitting in the mid 40s, 45 in San Antonio, wind chills 38. That's what it feels like. Feels like 35 at Bernie, feels like 34 in Kerrville right now with these stout winds. But again, a little bit better than it was. And as we head into the afternoon, these numbers will start to dip even more. Still showing some gusts 20 to 25 midday, but by the afternoon, you'll see these numbers come way down. And in fact, winds will go calm by the time we get into tonight, which will set the stage for some cold temperatures. 58 is our forecast high, mid 50s in the hill country, maybe some 60s south of that. And there's a look at the lows tomorrow morning. Yeah, I think the hill country could get down into the upper 20s. The air will be nice and dry, clear skies, light winds. Perfect setup for some radiational cooling. 32, maybe a light freeze here in San Antonio, 31 in Boulevardy. So just beware if you're here in San Antonio. Light freeze, it would be brief, but it's a possibility. That storm system that brought us the gusty winds now tracking east, and boy, you're talking about a lot of weather. We got snow up across parts of Michigan, the Midwest, and then it turns into thunderstorms as you get down into the deep south in Florida. A tornado already reported there this morning in Florida doing some damage, and there's a tornado watch box in effect as those severe storms march east. We're on the backside of it, so we're going to see some quiet weather next couple of days before we get some colder air that's going to try to head in our direction. Look at these numbers up in Canada right now, and this is always a good indication of whether or not this cold air is ready to push south when these numbers start getting really cold. Negative 38 Yellowknife, negative 36 Stony Rapids. And as we look forward in time, some of this colder air will work down as we get into Friday. That's our first front. That one will allow temperatures to get pretty cool. We'll get some gusty winds with it. But it's a second push of cold air that comes out of Canada that really packs a punch. That's going to be Monday. So to start next week, it's going to be very, very cold. We're going to see some wind chill values and some cold mornings. Now, this is not like 2021. This is not going to be one of those prolonged periods of cold weather, so don't worry in that regard. But it is going to be chilly, and we are going to see a hard freeze, I think, Tuesday morning. So 68 Wednesday, 74 Thursday. Here comes the front. Our first front drops us into the 50s on Friday. Windy conditions. We get another potential freeze, light freeze, Saturday morning. And then that second front, stronger front, comes in on Monday. I do think this could affect the MLK March. It's going to be cold. It's going to be windy. 30 Monday morning. But as I said, Tuesday morning, we could be talking about 20s, maybe low 20s here in San Antonio.
Wow, 20s. Well, at least it won't be 20s for the March. It'll still be cold.
Correct. And then, of course, the next question a lot of people are asking, are we going to see precipitation?
Yeah. Right.
At this point, it doesn't look like it.
Okay.
I can't completely rule it out. It would be light. But I think at this point, it's probably going to be dry. Just the cold is the bigger story.
Yeah, it is. All right. Thank you, Justin.
9:20, 46 degrees.
A desperate call for help, the need for more blood donations. And after the break, Max Massey takes us to the South Texas Blood and Tissue Center to show us just how dire that situation is.
Like we mentioned in the 9 at 9, there's a critical need for blood donations right now, and the South Texas Blood and Tissue Center is operating on a 2-day supply of blood.
So for the center, that is very low as it tries to serve 48 counties, roughly 22% of the entire state. Max Massey stopped by the center to see what they need now and why you are the most important part of it.
Empty seats, unused machines, and quiet rooms. So we started this Monday morning at the South Texas Blood and Tissue Center, but looking around, we were waiting for donors to show up. We're told this is actually pretty typical for Monday morning, a real sign of the pervasive issue in and around our area, and it is so bad that South Texas Blood and Tissue, they're actually having to import blood from other blood banks.
Sometimes when the blood supply gets critically low, we work with other partner community blood centers to basically share resources.
It's a temporary band-aid for a big problem. Not enough local donations. Eventually, a couple donors did trickle in, donors like Anthony Martinez.
Just to help people and give back to the community, and you never know when, one of your families may need some, so it's the way to give back.
The hope is that more people step up and help out like Anthony.
You can see here that it's not very full. After the holidays, we normally see a decline in the number of blood donors that come out. Weather like this and weather like last week also impacts the number of donors that come out.
That hope, it's evident through these big renovations that this facility just underwent.
We needed to expand our refrigerators, our coolers, our hospital services area to allow for more blood so we can support the community in need.
More space doesn't really mean much when there's no blood to fill these shelves. The current supply, it's at about a 2-day level, but more donors are needed.
That allows us to have the blood that we need to be able to provide to hospitals, who can provide to patients who need things like blood for cancer patients, people undergoing surgery, moms having babies.
The problem is when blood supplies get lower, well, medical professionals, they have to start deciding who gets blood and who doesn't.
We do have a medical director, a physician on staff, who works with medical directors and physicians on staff at local hospitals where they triage orders. They determine what blood needs to get sent where and who receives it.
So for now, if you can, get out and donate.
Just go out there and donate. Like I said before, you never know when you're going to need it, so let's keep this running.
Max Massey, KSAT 12 News.
And if you are able and willing to donate, you can visit the website on your screen right now, donatebloodtoday.com. You can also read the KSAT community section of KSAT.com to learn more about blood donations and what to know before you donate. So this is a critical need, and we can all do something about it.
9:26, 46 degrees. There's a lot more ahead on GMSA at 9.
Including a massive solar farm being built in Bandera, but landowners around it tell KSAT Investigates they're worried about fire mitigation and water contamination. Now the court system is getting involved.
Plus, the holiday hangover may be beginning for your bills when we come back. What you can do if you took part in buy now, pay later payment plans during the holidays so you don't sink deeper into debt. Welcome back, 9:30. With the holidays out of the way, now it's time for the reality check. If you took advantage of buy now, pay later payment plans.
That's right. Payments are due, and 12 on your sides, Marilyn Morris shares what to know so you don't sink deeper in debt.
First, the holiday spending. Now the hangover, called debt. Mary Wren feels it.
And if you have a family like mine, we have birthdays October, November, December. So it's back to back. And then I'm due in January with our baby girl.
To make ends meet, she has used the buy now, pay later option at checkout. Make a down payment, typically 25% of the purchase, then pay off the rest in 3 payments. Some plans offer no cost or low cost terms up front.
They're fronting the money to the merchant for you. So you're paying them back in the long run.
Now that the gifts are open, the payments are due, and that can get expensive if you miss a payment or you don't pay in full on time.
Late fees can range from a couple bucks to 25% of the loan, and late payments may hurt your credit score. Next time, Consumer Report says there may be better ways to pay.
Especially for expensive purchases, or if you think you're going to return something, consider using a credit card instead and aim to pay it off as quickly as possible.
If you don't have a credit card, talk to your bank or credit union. But if you do choose buy now, pay later, pick the traditional pay in 4 plan. That's 4 payments over 6 weeks with no or very small fees, as long as you pay on time. One more tip from Mary.
Everything I pay is on auto pay, so it doesn't really affect my credit, so that's good.
Marilyn Moritz, KSAT 12 News.
Look out there with live cams. Still chilly, but it's nice to see the sun out there. That's comforting, but yeah, still grab that jacket.
Yeah, we still got wind chills in the 30s right now, Steph. It's in the 40s, but the wind makes it just feel all that much colder. I want to show you some of the temperatures across the country. It's not just us. dealing with cold stuff. It's pretty widespread. So Albuquerque, Wichita, Omaha, Minneapolis, Bismarck's at 1 right now. You name it, up and down the plains, that cold air is just spilt south. The one spot where it's still fairly warm is Florida. 77 right now in Miami, but they're going to see some of this activity too. Those storms racing toward Florida at this hour. Across Texas, 24 in Amarillo, snow on the ground there, 28 in Lubbock, 31 in Midland. And speaking of, let's look at the visible satellite picture. And I'll show you this because if you look up at the Texas Panhandle there, those are not clouds. That is snow on the ground. So it's stretching from basically Amarillo up into the Oklahoma Panhandle there, and then parts of western Kansas. A lot of snow on the ground. They had blizzard conditions yesterday. Sun is out though, and that will help to melt some of that snow. Our forecast, noontime 52, 58 this afternoon. Northwesterly winds anywhere from 5 to 15. We'll see those gusty winds really calm as we head into this evening. What's ahead? Well, we are expecting a light freeze tomorrow morning in San Antonio. It would be brief, but it is a possibility. And then we've got 2 more fronts on the way, one on Friday, one on Monday, and that one on Monday is going to pack a punch. Big changes next week. A much colder and potentially a hard freeze by Tuesday morning. We're going to get into all those details coming up here in just a couple minutes. Guys.
Justin, thank you very much. A fight is underway in Bandera over the building of a solar farm.
Pine Gate Renewables, a North Carolina-based company, is leasing thousands of acres to build more than 1 million solar panels. But landowners around the project tell our Lee Waldman they want to pump the brakes.
KSAT Investigates found a temporary restraining order was granted so a judge could weigh in.
It's a slice of heaven.
It's the cowboy capital of the world.
Tucked into the rolling Texas hill country.
We came because it was rural.
Andrew Boger's land along FM 3240 in Bandera is a step away from city life, a sanctuary built by him and his wife. When he says he's worried will be interrupted.
The complicated thing about the solar panel issue is that it's still pretty new in its inception. And there's a lot of questions regarding their viability.
Boger's property and several others butt up against land where 1 million solar panels will be constructed starting this year. According to Pine Gate Renewables, the company behind the Rio Lago solar project, the $150 million investment into Bandera County will bring 123 megawatts of clean energy. That's enough to power over 22,000 homes annually.
Well, we feel like there's a couple issues there.
Those issues are laid out in a temporary restraining order filed last month in Bandera. Boger and the other plaintiffs listed are asking for the court to intervene and make Pine Gate Renewables provide documentation and answer their questions. The first being, what happens if the panels catch fire?
Bandera does not have a fire department. It's a volunteer fire department.
And if they do, who is going to be responsible for the cost to repair the damages left behind? At this point, the landowners around the Rio Lago solar project haven't seen insurance information or surety bonds. Boger says they're also concerned about water runoff from the solar panels that will flow into drainage ditches, tanks, and creeks.
Once these 2 tanks fill up, it flows across and enters into Mud Creek, into a FEMA flood zone, and then makes its way on down into the Medina River.
It's not a problem that's unheard of. Pine Gate Renewables built a similar solar farm in a small Mississippi community. Their community members told ABC affiliate WTOK last month that rainwater runoff and debris from the project ruined ponds in the area.
We found from all the other communities they tried to do something after the project was already up and running, and it was too late.
This isn't the first time there's been pushback on the solar build in Bandera. The Bandera Bulletin reported in February 2022, Bandera ISD unanimously voted against the solar farm's tax abatement application.
Once they were turned down for public funding, they pretty much started privately planning without any oversight, in my opinion.
Boger says ultimately they're not trying to stop this project from happening, but they'd like their concerns addressed and assurance this won't be harmful to the rural sanctuary they call home.
We're hoping that the state, the county, the court will look at this and begin to put protocols in place that will protect people and protect the counties.
That was Lee Waldman reporting.
Well, Lee did email Pine Gate Renewables about the temporary restraining order, and a director within the company sent this statement. So, quote, Pine Gate Renewables is aware of the complaint related to Rio Lago Solar and remains committed to the project's development and construction. However, the company does not discuss ongoing legal matters, end quote.
A judge in Bandera will hear from Pine Gate Renewables and the plaintiffs listed on the temporary restraining order in court today to decide on a temporary injunction. We will keep you updated on this story.
In other news, Martin Luther King Jr. Day is Monday, and right now on our website, KSAT.com, we have everything you need to know about the MLK March happening that day. It is considered to be one of the largest in the nation, so if you go to our website, you're going to find this story, which will tell you where the march is beginning and where the route goes. Plus, we have all the information about parking and the celebration after the march at Pittman Sullivan Park.
Right now, 9:37, 47 degrees. You're watching GMSA at 9.
A local nonprofit is making sure they can still provide the community with fresh produce by taking their gardening indoors. When we come back, Tiffany Huerta shows us how they do it and where you can meet with them to learn more.
Let's head out to the San Antonio Zoo and see how the cranes are doing on this Tuesday morning. It's a breezy day out there at the zoo. Looks like the cranes are taking a little siesta. During these colder days, it's a great time to bring the joys of gardening indoors.
Tiffany Huerta takes us to Gardopia Gardens on the city's east side to show us how they are making sure the community has fresh produce and growing microgreens.
Stephen Lucky and his team at Gardopia Gardens are growing microgreens inside this shipping container.
So we have some broccoli and we also have some radish right here.
It's called the Microgreen Eatery and Mushroom Education Laboratory.
During COVID, we had to pivot in regards to getting food to people faster.
Lucky is the CEO and founder of the nonprofit and explains some of the technology used here.
Blue Lab controller. This is measuring pH and nutrient concentration. Then we have a Wi-Fi pump, so this is turning on when we designate it.
Here, microgreens can grow year-round.
How long does it take for all of these microgreens to grow?
So essentially between 7 to 14 days. There are crops that could take as long as 21 to 30 days, but what we grow like radish and arugula and broccoli, we're getting harvest every 1 to 2 weeks.
What type of nutrients do these microgreens have?
So they have less of your macros, right? Your carbs, your proteins, and your fats, and more of your micros. So your vitamins A, D, E, B, C, K.
Lucky says anyone can grow microgreens at home.
As long as you have maybe one of those stainless steel shelves with like 4 levels, you can grow microgreens with a little bit of a LED light and a watering system. And simply that's what we've done here.
The team at Gardopia Gardens is getting ready for the San Antonio Stock Show and Rodeo. It's their second year participating.
So we'll have an urban agriculture exhibit where people can learn more as well.
The team hopes to not only continue growing produce, but healthy communities through garden-based learning. Tiffany Huertas, KSAT 12 News.
Kind of reminds me of an old Far Side cartoon. You guys remember the Far Side by Gary Larson?
Cartoon.
Yeah. Somebody was growing herbs, and it was each one there was an old guy with glasses. Instead of herbs, it was herbs. They were growing fresh herbs.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one. I used to love those cartoons.
I did
Yeah,
too.
they're pretty out there, but
I used
they
to
were
have the
great.
books, yeah. Go look them up now.
How are you guys feeling with the mountain cedar? Are we doing okay?
I'm in the holding pattern. Get back with me tomorrow, maybe?
Can do.
Okay.
I'm better because I saw my allergist yesterday.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, it helped.
Yes. Well,
Thank you.
Judging by the social media responses that I saw online today, a lot of people are not so happy with these numbers. The good news is it did come down a little bit today, surprisingly, even with yesterday's crazy winds. It's still in a very high category, 12,480, but that's down from about 16,000 yesterday. I can't guarantee it won't go higher tomorrow, just because it will have had time to kind of settle in here. We also had some dust around the area too yesterday, so it was not great for those who have allergies. We'll keep you posted. There's a look at the recent wind gusts. We still have gusts to 26 here in San Antonio, but this is an improvement from what we've seen even earlier this morning, where we still had gusts up around 40 miles per hour. It's been pretty consistent around 25 miles per hour as far as the gusts are concerned here in South Texas and around Bexar County too. These numbers will start to ease off a little bit. We'll see the gusts start to come down. probably after lunch is when we'll really start to see some improvement. And by this evening, the computer models are showing that these winds really go calm tonight. Forecast today, noontime 52. We're up around 58 for highs, sunny all day long with diminishing winds tonight. And once the sun goes down, those temperatures fall off quickly. 49 at 8 o'clock, 47 at 9 p.m. And then by tomorrow morning, I think we could see a light freeze here in San Antonio. It'd be brief, but it's possible. 31 in Boulevardia. I think temperatures will probably be in the 20s in the hill country. So if you have any, sensitive plants on the porch, you may want to take them in this situation. But down the line, you'll definitely want to bring them in. Take a look at the morning low temperatures that we have in the forecast. So yes, tomorrow we're down close to 32. And then the mornings warm a little bit. We get another front, possibly a freeze Saturday morning. And then Sunday jumps back up before some really cold air moves in on Monday. Now keep in mind, these are lows. These are not the high temperatures, but look at the numbers. 30 Monday, 21 potentially Tuesday morning, and 28 Wednesday. So yes, hard freeze is headed our way. You want to start taking preps now. Get out the things like the faucet covers, have those ready to go. And some of those other things you got to do around the house, and maybe cover some of the plants. You may want to do that this weekend with temperatures the way they're looking. So we want to give you a heads up. And here's what we're watching with regards to that Arctic air. We think it gets here on Monday. That's the latest consensus when you're talking computer models. And temperatures for highs will drop into the 30s on Monday. Brief hard freeze Tuesday morning. We just talked about that. At this point, precipitation is unlikely. I don't really see it. There's a lot of dry air coming in with this. I can't completely rule it out though. And certainly if you're in the hill country, temperatures are cold enough. If there was a little bit of moisture holding on, we could see some freezing drizzle, but I just don't think it's in the cards right now. We're not going to worry too much about that unless things change. The other big side to this, of course, we have the MLK March on Monday. It is going to be cold and windy. So you want to start prepping for that now too. Have lots of warm clothes if you're going to be going out to the march, because it will be cold. Here's the extended forecast. 68 tomorrow, 74 on Thursday. So it warms up quite a bit. We get our first front coming through Friday morning, brings more windy conditions. 55 on Friday. It'll be a chilly, windy type day. 61 Saturday, 65 Sunday. The weekend looks pretty good, although the mornings will be cold. And then here comes that next front with the cold air scheduled for Monday. Now, I will tell you one little preface here that sometimes these dense cold air masses, the timing can change. So stick with us. If we need to update you, we will. But that's the way it's looking right now.
All right. We will keep following you.
All right.
Yeah, you always help us out. So thank you, Justin.
You got it.
Well, we all know Mike Osterhage is happy this morning after the Michigan Wolverines won the college football national championship game last night. They overpowered the Washington Huskies last night, sparking wild celebrations amongst students, alumni, and fans.
ABC's Andrew Dimbert has a recap of the game.
He's got it. Michigan!
A perfect ending to a perfect season.
And the maize and blue.
The Michigan Wolverines claiming their first national championship in 26 years, ending their season a perfect 15-0.
To the end zone!
Michigan taking the lead on this touchdown just minutes into the first quarter and never looking back.
As time watches, touchdown!
Washington also chasing a perfect season, coming within striking distance, looking to mount a comeback for the ages.
Looks the other direction down the seam. It's intercepted by Samuel Still.
But this Hail Mary on fourth down intercepted, sealing the Wolverines' victory. As the clock expired, students rushing the court at this campus watch party in Ann Arbor.
We had unfinished business, so I'll leave y'all with this. Business is finished.
Coach Jim Harbaugh leading his alma mater to their first championship since 1997, dodging the first Gatorade pour, but not the second.
My dad, Jack Harbaugh, won a national championship, and my brother won a Super Bowl. So it's good to be at the big person table from now on.
The Wolverines win not coming without controversy. Harbaugh was suspended for the final 3 games of the regular season after the team was accused of sign stealing. After last night's win, Harbaugh again denied having any knowledge of the alleged scheme.
Off the field issues, we're innocent. And we stood strong and tall because we knew we were innocent.
Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
According to reports, Michigan offered Harbaugh a 10-year, $125 million contract extension. And we've already been talking about NFL teams have expressed interest in speaking with him about a head coaching job. So we will see what happens. But no doubt a hot commodity in the coaching market.
Oh, I'm sure for sure. And I know our Mike Osterhage is very happy. We actually saw him walk through the studio
just
today.
now. Yeah, he's still on cloud 9.
Yes, he is. Time now 9:50, 48 degrees for now.
When we come back, a look at Kevin Hart's latest action comedy film premiering on Netflix this weekend.
Welcome back. It's 9:53. Well, tomorrow on GMSA at 9, Science with Sarah is back, and Sarah Spivey and David Sears will be out at San Antonio Christian School making film canister rockets with some students there. So it was a long holiday break, and they're excited to pick up their school visits again. So tune in for that and much more tomorrow on GMSA at 9.
I want to know where they found film canisters these days.
I wanted to ask her. She did it on social media already, so it's pretty cool looking.
Okay,
yeah,
awesome.
I'll have to ask her.
The word lift has several meanings, including to steal something and force that holds up an airplane. Both meanings come into play in a new action comedy debuting this weekend.
CNN's David Daniel talked with the stars of the new film Lift, which premieres on Netflix Friday.
Can I get you a drink, Abby?
Agent Gladwell.
Am I in trouble?
We need you to steal something.
Kevin Hart leads an international team of thieves in the crime caper Lift.
$500 million in gold is on his way to a terrorist cell.
And the gold needs to disappear.
What's your plan? We gotta steal it mid-flight, 40,000 feet in the air.
We're taking the plane, the whole plane?
It's kind of hard to take half a plane.
When you're around good people and good energy, you know, it's a contagious feeling, right?
It was a playground for all of us in a beautiful way.
Yeah.
It's a playground to explore and work with talented people.
Is everybody in position?
You're good to go.
Showtime. Showtime? Come on.
The action took the cast all over Europe.
Venice was the top. You know, even just reading the script, the first few pages, you know, knowing that we're in the center of Venice, St. Mark's Square, the Grand Canal, iconic locations, like being on a speedboat down the Grand Canal. I was just like, oh my God, pinch me. This is just like one for the memoirs.
It's a toss-up between, I think, Belfast and Cortina.
Cortina.
Don't you?
Yeah.
I mean, you liked Venice a lot, though, right?
I loved Venice.
Yeah.
But I think as a group,
Yeah.
I think Belfast will
Belfast.
always be in my heart.
Yeah.
All right then, let's show them what true artistry looks like.
In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
All right, temperatures are warming up, upper 40s right now. Still pretty windy out there, but these winds subside this evening. We'll drop down close to freezing by tomorrow morning, and a lot going on in this 7-day forecast. We get another cold front Friday, gets much cooler and windy, and then another stronger cold front Monday, and this one's really strong. 30s potentially on Monday was a hard freeze, at least a brief hard freeze showing up early Tuesday. So stick with us and we'll keep you updated on this busy forecast.
I'm paranoid. I put on the faucet covers like a month ago.
You're prepared.
I am
Okay.
prepared.
Well, you're ahead of the game. We need to catch up. Have a great day, guys.